if you fix your bloating, you are gonna fit your jeans much faster. There are many of you here who are having ongoing bloating, and that's why your belly is big. Ah, Thiago, I thought that was just fat. Many of you are following a specific diet and you still have the bloating. Thiago, I'm taking medication. I eat the same food every single day. Thiago, I eat too fast. I'm gonna just give you some reasons for you to fix today. What we already know, there are around 35 different causes of bloating. Wait, Thiago, I thought that if I take a supplement, if you tell me one supplement to take, I would stop my bloating. No, there are 35 causes. It's crazy how many people don't know this. This is your digestive system, right? But look at one of the examples first that I'm gonna tell you. Let's say all of you guys here who already have inflammation is one of the reasons. There are 35, so I will not tell you everything. But inflammation is one of the causes of bloat. Thiago, why? Look at that. You eat the food, you just eat the food, but you have leaky gut. Look at that. This is your gut. Remember, this is your gut, right? This is the small intestine. That area here, look at that. That small area is your small intestine. And then you go to the colon, the large intestine. Many of you have holes already in the small intestine or large intestine. Every single time, look at this, how crazy is that? Every single time that you have this issue, look what happens. The line of the gut is here. Look at this. This is the line of your gut, right? And then you have holes and you have, because for example, you are eating a specific food, healthy food and unhealthy food. Thiago, I'm eating foods that's high in histamine. Someone told me one day that she was having apple cider vinegar, but she didn't know that she has histamine intolerance. What's the problem? Because you are buying apple cider vinegar with the mother, the unfiltered one, that's the best one, but because you have intolerance to histamine, the probiotic of the apple cider vinegar that you see below the water bottle, the bottom of the apple cider vinegar, you can react, and because of that, you're having bloating. Thiago, does it mean that histamine intolerance is another cause of having bloating? So maybe I'm having bloating because I'm having a lot of foods with histamine. Yes, guys. Including healthy foods, for example, apple cider vinegar. And then I told her, look at that. Don't buy the unfiltered one. The unfiltered is the best one, but because you have intolerance to histamine, buy filtered apple cider vinegar. It's not the top one. It's not the best because you're going to remove the probiotic. But at least you're going to get some benefits of apple cider vinegar, but without increasing more problems, getting more bloating. Why? Because the problem is never the apple cider vinegar. The problem is your gut that's too weak. Did you guys get that? So that's another reason. Oh, look at that. I'm going to tell you the cause and I'm going to tell you the fix, the solution. So don't blink, otherwise you're gonna miss what I'm saying, what I'm talking about. All right. But look at that, because inflammation is one of the reasons as well. From 35 causes, one is inflammation. Look at this. The line of your gut is here. And because you're eating specific food that's damaging, that's really hard to digest, guys, that can be anything. That can be the skin of a cucumber because it's high in lectin. That can be you are forgetting to soak your rice and you are having too much phytic acid. That's another one. That can be your spinach oxalates. Why? Just because you're not steaming. Instead of steaming your spinach, just steam the spinach. No, you're not doing this. You are literally eating them raw. You're gonna have more problems. Why? Because oxalate in spinach can literally make your gut struggle to digest. And then remember, any particle of the food that you're eating, if your gut struggles to digest, you're in trouble. That can include gluten, the particle of the gluten. That can include, that's what I'm saying, what I'm talking to you. Ah, Thiago, I love nightshades. I love vegetables that are purple. If it's the category, the family of nightshades, problem. Ah, Thiago, I love legumes. And then you are not soaking your legumes. You're spending too much. Ah, Thiago, I love black beans. Thiago, I love beans. Okay, let me see how many hours you are soaking your beans. Ah, no, I'm just soaking for 1 hour. Amount of lectins. Guys, lectin is just a protection of the vegetable. It doesn't mean that's bad. It just means that your gut is slow to digest. That's it. You don't need to feel scared, like concerned, but you need to be concerned if you are not preparing your food correctly. Otherwise, your belly is big, not because of fat necessarily. 50% is gonna be fat, 50% is what? Gas, fluid retention. Many of you struggle with that. Look at that. When you have inflammation, the line of your gut is here, and then you're eating food, and then the food is is not digestion, spending too much time not digestion, and it's damaging the line of the gut. Imagine this is a particle of a broccoli or particle of anything. That can be anything. Particle of a broccoli, particle of gluten, particle of any dairy, casein, the protein of the milk, any food. Thiago, how do I know that? I'm gonna just give you another thing. If you're eating a specific food every single day, that specific food that you're eating, just because you're not rotating, doing a rotation, you go to the supermarket, you buy the same food, you're spending years. Thiago, I eat eggs, 3 eggs every single day for 10 years. Red flag for you. The egg white, the protein of egg white, your body is already adapted, and then now you have food allergy to egg white. And because of that food allergy, you activate your immune system in your gut. Thiago, I have IBS. Thiago, I have IBD. You need to pay attention to that, if that's your case. The line of your gut is here, and then you have the particle of the food in the line of the gut, but it's damaging. It's damaging the line. It's getting weaker. And then the line of the gut is becoming weaker, even weaker because your stress is too high. Your thoughts are affecting your gut. It's getting weaker. Thiago, what does it mean? Guys, look at that. The line of the gut will be inflamed. So you have an inflammation here, right? And then imagine what happens. Imagine that your vessels right here, your blood vessels are here. The blood vessels, you have a lot of immune cells. Always pay attention to what's going on. Look at that. Look at me here. In your bloodstream, the vessels will open the door. I'm always in shock. I always cry when I see the beauty, the perfection that God created our body. It's a crazy synchronicity that if you understand the synchronicity, the order, everything is in order inside your body. The problem is because you are creating everything out of order. But look at that. Look how God created your body. The beauty. Look at that. The vessels are here. The bloodstream. Blood flowing. But if your immune cells, they listen to, there is something not that we don't allow in Jennifer's gut lining. A particle of broccoli, a particle of gluten, a particle of lectin, a particle of oxalate, phytic acid. She's releasing too much insulin. She's eating too much, spiking glucose. She's thinking too much about her stress. Anything that you are doing in your day, your immune system is paying attention to what you're doing. If your immune system that's in your bloodstream pay attention and see, there is a particle of some foods or virus or bacteria in the line of the gut. I don't accept this in Maria's gut. Let's attack. Literally your gut, your immune system will attack. Look what happens. The vessels, your blood vessels, they're gonna open. Guys, it's crazy what happens inside your body. Look at this. It's gonna open. Literally imagine doors, small doors like that. It's gonna open like this. It's gonna give space for the immune cells, the soldiers that are inside your blood vessels to get out and attack what they don't accept. A area that's inflamed, that's literally not supposed to be there. For example, a particle of a food that you're eating. Example, egg white. I'm giving you an example. You're eating egg white for 10 years. The protein of the egg white, your gut is so weak, it's not digested. Spending too much time in the line of the gut. Look what's gonna happen. They are gonna get out from your bloodstream, and they are gonna attack. And every single time that your blood vessels open, fluids will get out together with your immune system. Thiago, what does it mean? That's why you have the bloating. That's why it's another reason, because when the vessels get out, fluid will always get out from your bloodstream to try to fix the area. Because your immune cells will go and will attack, and then it will literally damage even more. That's why many of you, Thiago, I have gastritis. Thiago, when I eat, I have that stomach pain. What's going on with me? The line of the stomach is inflamed like that. The lining. Same thing. Look at that. The line of your stomach right here. Look at this. This is your stomach. Imagine. Every time that you eat the food, you have stomach acid inside your stomach. And then you eat the food, you are asking your stomach, increase the production of acid because I need to digest the food. But because the line of the stomach is so weak, fragile. Why? Because you're not eating foods high in zinc. Show me your fridge. What's the amount of zinc that you are consuming? Thiago, I even don't know about that. That's why the line of the stomach is inflamed. And then you have gastritis. Sooner or later, remember, write this down. All of you guys who have gastritis, sooner or later, it's just a matter of time that you're going to have a ulcer. Holes in the lining of the stomach. So you need to fix this as fast as possible because you're getting older. Nothing will get better if you don't fix now. But I'm going to tell you, you can fix this. You have all the resources. If you learn that, you're gonna be in shock how incredible is your body. You fix that. So look at that. I know many women, after they understood exactly what was going on inside their bodies, they were another person, right? Why? Because they literally care about this. Look at that. You eat the food, because of this, the stomach will produce more acid, stomach acid. But because it's too weak, it will create more damage. Because of that, your immune system will go to the lining of the stomach and will say, let's attack. And then that's why you have that inflammation. The line of the gut is inflamed because your immune system is attacking, is damaging the line even more. So imagine, the lining is already weak. Besides being weak, the immune system is destroying the line even more. Guys, that's why many women, everything is getting worse with them, in their health, in their gut. Because there are two problems happening. So, Thiago, what should I do? Remember this. Your priority number one is to reduce inflammation. And guys, remember, priority number one, if you are eating fast, you are gonna create more bloating. Why, Thiago? Because of another reason. Another reason of bloating is what? Literally, I'm gonna tell the fluid retention, like fluid retention. And why is fluid retention? Why that's happening? Why my belly is big? Because of fluid retention. Because, remember this, first reason, you are not moving your body enough. You spend the whole day 8 hours seated. You're going to accumulate more fluid retention. Many of you put salad dressing. I see this mistake a lot. One day, one lady came to me and said, Thiago, I don't understand because I have bloating. I really don't understand because I'm eating healthy. And then I told her, okay, the first question that I asked her, what's the dressing, the salad dressing? Are you putting any salad dressing? Let me see your food. She was putting salad dressing. She had no clue that the amount of sodium that she was consuming every day was creating that imbalance between sodium, too much sodium, like salt, and she was not having enough potassium and magnesium. Guys, write this down, write this down. Another big cause of bloating is when the amount of sodium is here and your amount of magnesium and potassium is here. If I ask you, show me the amount of potassium that you're eating. Are you eating avocado? Good amount of avocado or banana? No, just sometimes. Yeah, like twice a week, 3 times a week. Show me what you're eating. And then when I see you're not having enough potassium, what's going to happen? Sodium is too high, getting a lot of sodium. Guys, a simple salad dressing is creating that imbalance. And then your belly is so big like crazy, you cannot fit in any of your clothes anymore because your body is so smart. God created. I go crazy when I understand this. When I saw this, God is so perfect. Look at that. Because your body sees, Jennifer is consuming too much sodium. And I need that balance between magnesium, potassium, and sodium. But she's having too much. It's creating here the imbalance. She's not consistently taking magnesium, the amount that she needs to take every single day. She's always forget. Because of this, I need to fix that. And then your body, God created a mechanism, a perfect mechanism of accumulating fluids like water, trying to dilute the amount of sodium that you're consuming. Can you believe that? Can you believe how? Why? Because if your body doesn't have this mechanism of accumulating fluid, trying to dissolve, to dilute the salt that you're consuming, you're going to have like 10 times more problems. Your blood pressure you'll die after 1 week. So your body is so smart, your body tries to make you survive. Your body will try, okay, let's keep Maria's belly big, but at least I'm going to dilate this amount of sodium that she's having. Did you guys get that? So what's the solution? Is this why men to have a big belly? Men, guys, it happens with men as well. A lot of men, they have they even don't care the amount of sodium, whatever. And then they just keep taking. And many people say, don't put too many salt. Guys, I'm gonna give this example. Every time that you eat out, you have no clue the amount of salt that they put. Pay attention to the amount of everything. But remember, many of you are having a good amount of sodium in your plate, but the problem is because the amount of sodium is here. And instead of the amount of potassium and magnesium to be here as well, no, magnesium and potassium are here. That imbalances your problem. Many of you, the problem is not because you're consuming too much sodium. The problem is because you're not having enough potassium and magnesium. Guess what's going to happen? Your belly will get big like crazy. That's the problem. And remember, fluid retention is another thing. Tell me another cause, guys, because there are many causes. Around 35 causes. 35. Another cause. Thiago, I'm taking medication. That's another cause. Thiago, I eat the same food every single day. And then now you have dysbiosis, that imbalance of gut microbiome. Thiago, I eat too fast. I never digest the food right here. Another cause. Because the particles of the food are so big, they go to your stomach will never digest correctly, do the job of your teeth. What's gonna happen with you? Guys, remember, many people have no clue about that. Poor digestion is another cause. Look at that. You have poor digestion for many reasons. I'm gonna just give you some reasons for you to fix today. Fix to that today, please. You're gonna reduce you're gonna fit your clothes faster just because of that belly so big, because of what? Write this down. Fermentation of the food is taking too long. Tiago, wait. Are you saying to me that if I eat a food, I have a limit of time, my stomach have a limit to digest quick, and then all the food will go to my small intestine? There is a limit of that. So if I eat the food, and then the food goes to my stomach right here, if the food goes to my stomach, if the food spends too much time, hours and hours, like 6 hours in my stomach, does it mean that my belly will get bigger? Because I'm fermenting, there is a fermentation happening once it goes to my small intestine? Yes. That's why it's another reason. Write this down. Food is spending too much time fermenting because of what? Because, for example, you consume too much fiber at once, fiber that was hard to digest, and then you forgot to chew that fiber. Or you are not ready to have that amount, like 25 grams of fiber. The amount of the recommendation of ideal intake of fiber per day is around 25 grams. For some women, so some people less, some people a little bit more. 25, that's the average. But the point is because your gut is not ready to that amount. And that's why many of you, one day someone told me, Thiago, when I increase my fiber, when I have oats, chia seeds, lean seeds, I have some seeds, I increase that. When I have some greens, high in fiber, my belly is big. My belly gets big. Why is that? Because write this down. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Imagine this. Your body needs more fiber. But when you eat more fiber, you have more problems. And then you have this conflict. But I need to eat more fiber. Everybody told me that I have to eat more fiber. Yeah, but you need to prepare your body for that amount first. If you don't prepare, if you don't strengthen your gut, for example, another thing that you have to prioritize, have enough stomach acid. You have to increase the stomach acid. That's why if I see what you're doing and then you eat the food, Thiago, I eat the food, I have bloating. What does it mean? First sign, you are not producing enough stomach acid to digest the food. And then it will ferment, it's going to take too long. Your problem, you are not having digestive enzymes. You're not having betaine, HCl. Thiago, I already take digestive enzymes. Yeah, but let me see the amount of what you're taking. The amount of, for example, you removed your gallbladder. You don't have your gallbladder. Now you are not digesting correctly vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin E, and vitamin A. I removed my gallbladder. You need lipase, the enzyme called lipase. You need oxybio to digest that correctly. Guys, otherwise, forget it. You removed your gallbladder. How do you want your gut to digest fat? That's why when you eat avocado, when you consume olive oil or coconut oil, early morning, you have that pain. Of course, you removed your gallbladder. The biggest mistake that happened, my wife, we were young. My wife was, I think, like 16 years old. You know how doctor works, right? Traditional doctors, you know that, right? So imagine my wife was 16, 17 years old. And then my wife had no clue. She was eating a bunch of stuff, like adolescence, like that age that you think that you own everything, that everything you understand. She was eating a lot of crap, a lot of bad stuff. She had inflammation in her body. So her gallbladder was inflamed. She was having pain. Guess what the doctor did? Instead of the doctor recommend, okay, let's focus on reducing inflammation. No. Guess what her doctor said? Let's remove. You have to do a surgery urgently. What was the problem? When they removed her gallbladder, they said, yeah, that was not necessary. She had inflammation, but she had to just focus on her diet to reduce that inflammation. My wife literally removed her gallbladder unnecessarily. Can you believe that? So, what does it mean? Guys, be careful who you are listening to. You need to do your own research, do your own diligence. You need to study that because you cannot accept everything that everyone's telling you, what you have to do. You hear someone, you have to take this medication. You are taking a medication, you didn't research deeply enough, and then instead of omeprazole, the amount of people who take omeprazole, I cannot believe that. There are so many other ways that you can naturally heal your gut, and then you are taking omeprazole. You are stopping the pain, but it's just an illusion. Because you're fixing only the symptom. You don't have the pain, and then you feel, it's working. No, it's not working. The problem now is quiet only. Guys, be careful. So, That was the first solution. Remember, treat the stomach. I'm telling you the bad thing. I have gastritis. So in your case, you need to avoid beta-in HCl. You need to go to beta-in anhydrous because it's less powerful. So you can literally have that, heal your gut, emphasize the production of stomach, improve your digestion, and then your bloating will get lower, your belly will get smaller, but without creating more problems if you're having beta-in HCl. For example, in my program, I recommend one specific one with the specific amount. Because even if you say, Thiago, I'm already taking digestive enzymes, but I'm still having bloating. Yeah, remember, if you're taking the wrong amount, the wrong intake, at the wrong time of the day, combined with the wrong food, you're going to have problems. You will not solve that. And on top of that, remember, there are 35 causes of bloating. So you're just focused on one thing. Look at that. Thiago, I need to focus on my stomach. That's the part number one. Remember, in your mouth, if you forget to move your jaw, you are not releasing enough saliva to release enzymes that will digest your carbs and your fat. How many of you eat on a hurry? Big problem. Your belly is big because you're having bloating, because you are eating in 5 minutes. Why? Not moving the jaw, you don't release below your tongues here enzymes to digest, like amylase. An enzyme to digest your carbs. I'm eating sweet potato, I'm eating rice, I'm eating all these vegetables high in carbs, like I'm eating chickpeas, I'm eating all these foods, yeah, but because you're not releasing enough enzymes right here, guys, you are asking to have bloating. You are asking to, in the party, when you look at your picture, someone take a picture of you, your belly is that size here, and everything started, nobody will remind you that everything, all that big belly, is started right here. You forgot to chew. Simple. But many of you are struggling to do that. So what should I do? Spend 3 weeks to 4 weeks aware of how many times you are chewing. At least for how long you are chewing. For how long? How many times you are chewing? Spend 3 weeks to 4 weeks. After that, you do this automatically. I'm always the last one in the table. If I notice that, look at that, guys. If you ask, Thiago, what's better for my bloating? Is it better for me to eat a smaller amount because I don't have time? Today I don't have time to eat. Is it better for me to reduce the amount of the food in my plate so I can have enough time to chew enough? Or is it better for me to increase the plate, eat more, but because I just have 5 minutes to eat, I eat fast? What's better? Guys, of course, much better you reduce the amount, prioritize the amount of the protein for you to chew enough, because these will help you. While if you go crazy and then you eat too fast, these will create a big belly. The problem is because you always think that's always related to fat. And 50% of your belly size is because that ongoing bloating, Many people have, women especially. Food allergy. Guys, even a simple headache. Bloating is one of the causes of bloating is food allergy. Someone said, I ate a pizza today, but in 3 days, I had the problem. I had the headaches. You will never find out that the problem was because of the pizza 3 days ago. Why? Because we call delayed allergy. Thiago, I'm doing allergic testing here. I did an allergic testing to check on my skin. Guys, big illusion. That one is IgE, to see the antibody called IgE, instant allergy. The problem is not the instant allergy. Instant allergy is easy. You eat a food and then you have a reaction. You know that was the food. Easy. Super easy. The problem is the delayed allergy. You eat something today, you have low energy tomorrow. It was because of my stress with my boss. No, many times it was a food that created allergy in your body, and the next day you have low energy. Thiago, I have autoimmune disease. Write this down. Everyone who have autoimmune disease are more likely to have food allergies, food reactions. Your low energy, that can be food allergy. Your headache, your migraine can be food allergy. And why is it ongoing? For example, you are eating a food every single day. That specific food, healthy food or unhealthy food, every day, boom, every day. You're eating the last 3 years, the same food. Because of that, Thiago, why is that? Because, guys, every time that you eat the same food, look what happens. You create antibodies. Thiago, what is that? Soldiers. You create new soldiers to attack, because your priority is, if you want to avoid food allergies as much as you can, rotation. You go this week to the supermarket, buy different vegetables. Next week, buy different type of protein. The next week, different types of carbs. If you're eating too much potatoes, go to rice. If you're eating too much white potato, go to sweet potato. Vice versa. If you're eating too much black rice, go to brown rice and then go to white rice. Thiago, I'm eating legumes. I eat beans every day. For how long? For 2 years. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna have problems. Especially all of you guys who are getting older. All of us. Guys, all of us, we are getting older every year. We need to be more proactive. Did you guys get that? Look at that. Another cause. Thiago, another cause of bloating. What is that? Constipation. Look at this. You eat the food, it goes to the stomach. I'm gonna just summarize. And then it goes to the small intestine. And then after that, after absorbing the food, it will go to here. Large intestine, right? Large intestine, right here. Look at this. Boom. Large intestine. Let's suppose you don't have the bowel movements. Thiago, why I'm not having bowel movements? Because you're not moving your body enough. Because you're forgetting to have enough magnesium. Because your gut is too inflamed. Because you're forgetting to have enough coenzyme Q10 that you find in animal protein. You're forgetting a bunch of stuff. Because you're forgetting potassium. You're not eating banana. You're not eating avocado. You're not eating any food high in potassium. Lack of bowel movements. You're not eating what? Enough fiber. If I see your food, you are supposed to go around 25 grams. When I see all the combination, you are just having 10 grams of fiber. How do you want to go to the toilet? Thiago, my problem is the opposite. I increased my fiber and I still have problems. Of course you're having problems because you never, write this down, another solution. Never increase the fiber before increasing the water intake first. If you increase the fiber without increasing the water, you're going to have more constipation. Your bloating will get bigger. Water first, fiber after. Otherwise, more constipation. Thiago, my problem is not constipation. My problem is diarrhea. Many people don't know this. Did you know that you can have constipation even having diarrhea? Did you know that? Guys, even if you have diarrhea, like water, if there are still stools, there are stools there inside the colon because you didn't evacuate everything. You just literally, that diarrhea, it was like 50% of the stools, but there are still stools over there in your colon. You're having constipation. Thiago, why does that matter? Why is that important? Because stools in your large intestine for too long days, some of you spend more than 2 days accumulating stools. What's the problem? Guys, fermentation, gas. Because the food is there, the waste of food is there for too long, a gas will happen. Your belly is big. I need to lose my belly fat. No. It's not belly fat that you have. It's bloating. Big belly because of the bloating. Why? Because you're accumulating what? Gas. Or because the food is spending too much time in your gut, fermentation. For example, someone said, Thiago, I don't understand because my belly is big. I eat healthy. When I see her food, a lot of food high in FODMAP. She eats a bunch of broccoli, a bunch of cauliflower, a lot of cabbage. She puts kale. Guys, I'm gonna write this down. Look at me. Don't confuse what I'm talking about. Those vegetables are considered superfoods. Cruciferous are top 1 vegetables, the most powerful ones, with a lot of sulforaphane. Amazing to detoxify, to reduce inflammation, helps your liver, but wait, don't confuse here. If you eat more than your gut can support, can handle, you're gonna have more what? Gas, more fermentation. Because those foods, for example, cauliflower, high FODMAP. What does it mean, FODMAP? It will ferment. It's a type of carbs in the vegetable that will literally ferment for too much time. This creates gas and this will create big belly. Thiago, I feel puffy. I have that puffiness. What's going on with me? Guys, every single time that you have these symptoms, your body, the intelligence that we have received from God creates that fluid retention trying to cleanse the problem. Because in these fluids, you have all the nutrients, you have the immune system trying to fix the problem inside of you. So that's why this fluid retention, you wake up. Thiago, I woke up today, puffy face. My face is puffy like that. Swollen. What's going on with me? There are toxins, there are inflammation in your lymphatic system, and then the body, a smart body that you have, incredible gift that you have received from God, decided to try to fix this by doing what? Accumulating fluids in your face, trying to what? To dilute the toxins. Guys, remember, solution for pollution is dilution. Nature, look at that. It's natural. The way that the mechanism that your body tried to make you survive, like awake, is always trying to dilute the toxins. So that's why you have that puffiness. The fluid are so accumulated because these help reduce the toxins. But at the same time, you look big like that. Your legs, big like that. Lack of what? The machine is not working. The machine is not working. Everything's accumulated, toxins accumulated. Lymphatic system, poor, weak. Inflammation is too high. And everything started from the beginning. Where? Here in your mouth. Everything started where? In your stomach. Everything started where? Small intestine. Everything started where? Large intestine. Be aware of that, alright? Another thing. Many of you have intolerance. Every time that you have intolerance, when I eat a food, I feel bad. And then my belly gets bigger. That can be food intolerance. Different to allergy. Don't confuse allergy to food sensitivity. Food intolerance. You consume dairy, the milk, and then you are lactose intolerant. And then you are more likely to have what? Diarrhea, in your case. Allergy, you are more likely to have what? Constipation. But like I said, many of you can still have problems even if you are having diarrhea. Diarrhea, if your stools are not in a great shape, if you go to the toilet and then you see the stools, it's not like this, like the head is above water, like it's not in the surface, floating. What does it mean? Red flag already. Red flag already. That's the first sign that you need to check. Check your stools, the quality of your stools. Alright? Remember, if you really want to avoid more bloating, you really need to make sure that your blood is flowing. Your blood is flowing. You are more active because otherwise you're going to accumulate more fluid retention. So if you really want to avoid fluid retention, move your body more often. Walk more, exercise more, especially in the morning. Tiago, I work out at 8 p.m. I don't recommend you work out too late. I don't recommend. You can increase the problems. You are helping your body because you are moving more, but you are disturbing your sleep. After 7 p.m., it's really dangerous. You work out after 7 p.m. Super dangerous. It's much better if you say, I don't have time. It's much better you work out for 10 minutes in the morning instead of exercising for 30 minutes, 40 minutes after 7 p.m. Dangerous. Be careful. All right? And remember, why I'm having all that desire to teach is because I know there is a solution. For Abigail, if for Abigail, the solution, she's gonna feel all the problems solved in 6 months. For Maria, that can take 3 months. For Linda, can take 1 year. But guys, whatever is the speed that you're gonna get your dream body, you can get that. You can solve the problem. I want to give you hope. Your hope should be 100%. Because there is always a solution. Your body is so incredible. You spent 10 years damaging your body. In 1 year, you can recover. In 1 year. But the problem is because for some of you, it can be too late because you are still postponing. I'm busy. I'm going to do this next month. I'm going to do this next year. You're postponing. Sooner or later, boom, the bomb explodes. The bomb explodes inside of your gut. Be careful. But the good news is because if you really treat your gut correctly, all your bloating, 35 different types of causes, if you really focus on a holistic approach, if you have a plan, if you're consistent, you solve your problem. I'm telling you, you solve the problem. You can fix this. It's just a matter of time. Remember, guys, write this down. Nobody beats someone who never stops. Nobody beats someone who never stops. If you are not stopping, if you keep going, if you keep focusing on your gut, every single day you are aware of what you are eating, every single day you're paying attention to the supplements that you cannot forget, you are always there. Tiago, my motivation is not the best, but I'm doing it. I'm in the path of winning myself again, recovery my best self. Because I used to feel good in the past, now I'm not feeling good anymore. I want to find this new version. I'm gonna tell you, you can find this new version. You can. Just follow the step by step by having a holistic approach. If you miss one, Tiago, I'm just eating salad. No, that's wrong. No, if you're doing this, how do you want to solve the problem? I'm eating more salad. It doesn't matter if you're eating more salad. I'm telling you a bunch of stuff here, all the details that affect your health. Don't do this. You need to be aware of what's going on. Study deep about yourself, guys. That's what I want to hear. Tanya said, great advice, Thiago. Guys, I love. Oh, look at that. If you're already here, you need to feel proud of yourself because it's the step number one. Those people that I see the most that I see the most in my lives, commenting, engaging, after 1 year, those people are the ones who are winning like crazy. Winning. Amazing health. Because they are here. They are interested in solving their problems. But people that I see once and then they disappear, they just go back to normal routine. Life is always hard. Life is hard for those people. If you really want help, go to my bio, book a call with me. We are gonna chat to see how I can help you. Cool? Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.